And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Alright, last episode we covered ampules. Episode before that we did the Hodor. Should we go around and grab some of the Hodors that have fallen? I've got lots of inventory space. I sort of emptied my inventory back out again. I'm not sure where they're all falling. That's one thing I haven't been tracking very well. So, yeah, they are falling around. This is the center of all nastiness there. Look at those. Okay. Oh, yeah, we got some that are really growing here. Craziness. They all grow a little bit all the time. I am not seeing any of our Hodors, any of our orbital debris here. You can always see them by the blinking of the light. Come on, fill me back up, Arthur. There you go. Very good. No, that's not. That's my ship. Before it's loaded, it always does that. Yeah, all the hives that are around us are growing quickly. You know, I've launched several of those Hodors now, and it's crazy that I haven't come across one. Maybe they're landing further away. We should at least have one. Unless that system is broken. There used to be a shortcut key. Was it like control space? No. Control enter. I forget which shortcut key it was that changed the loading of the chunks to be kind of a cool effect. But yeah, where did I'm not sure where like the Hodor thing is going. This is still working. But I'm not sure where they're landing. We just need more of them to launch. Okay, so that means we need to go down to the cold caves. All right, the magma board digger is done. It was probably done for a while, but it's finally done. So let's take this away. Look at all look at all of oh, stop with the look at all the camel bots around here. Any more? That was crazy. Oh, okay. I was Camelbot distracted. Now for this beast. I'm going to start on the corner. And let's get this thing built. Because this is 3,000 blocks of something you just do not want to have to mess up on. So many blocks. Now remember, every single time a block is placed, it does a search around. So, yeah, as you build this thing, expect little lags in your game. And if you don't do it too fast, you can, you know, get it done right the first time. Because there's a lot of blocks in this thing. All right. I think we'll be able to do the rest of these here. So... see how that hitched? Yeah, definitely expect issues. So we're going to let the rest of these build. Little laggies, it's going to happen. Because it's spidering its way through 3,000 blocks, and so it can cause some lag depending on your computer. And then this last lane, I want to move in one and then build. And then let the whole thing build first. So that little sound effect that you hear needs to finish. Okay. And then blammo. Here it is. The magma bore. As I told you guys, same model as the Hodor, same base, just different thing that goes up. So this thing is going to be looking, as you can see, gantry search. It has an initial 13,000 blocks that it looks at. So that's the green right there. So that height is the gantry search. Now, after it does that, there's another like 80,000 block search that goes all the way up. And so from the base here, the digger was set to go like 100 blocks in height, which should have been plenty of height. Yeah, should have been plenty of height up here. All this cleared out. Huge amount of space. Okay. So while that works on the gantry search, there's the next search. So the drill search, 87,000 blocks it has to go through. And that's the blue. There's the blue line right there, which is the exact size that I dug out. And you can use my excavator, you can use workflow excavators, you can do whatever you want to clear that space out. Just make sure it's nice and clean. All right, we want to set up some power on this, and we want to make sure to leave the center line. So this center block right there, we want that to remain available to us on all four sides. Just for reasons we'll get into later on. All right, I crafted a ton of nuclear reactors. I grabbed the ones from the OET, so we've got those. And there's my exact center. I left that right there. That's the exact center of the block. And we want to leave that open. So reactor 1 will go right along here. Leave a space. Leave a space. Oh, come on. Be very, 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 very careful clearing multi-blocks around the magma bore. Because you pop this block, you shift right click this block and break it. You rebuild it, it has to go through the whole thing again. And it's even worse if it's charged. If you were done putting the billion power into it and you accidentally break it, yeah, you guessed it, you have to go through the whole process again. Another billion power, another whole dig. It is a nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare. Do I want to do... Yeah, I want to do this. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so first things first. Let's get these... And then get this one done. You can see there's a little bit of lag with my game, and that is entirely the magma bore counting thousands and thousands of blocks. You know what I could do instead of doing that? I could just walk onto the magma bore. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 400,000 power per second into this thing. Now, that is exactly what, 4 sets of coolant. Now, here's what I do. I share the power. So fuel cells go in there. Then I individualize the coolant. And this doubly makes sure that they'll never run out of coolant. Because at most they'll be able to pull 50 out of here because they're shared, and then 100 of those. So they'll never be bad. Now you can put as many of these as you want on here. Remember, this is a billion power that you've got to charge up. Once it's done counting, it's going to expect a lot of power. And even with 400,000 power per second, that's still roughly 2.5 seconds. That's actually exactly 2.5 seconds for 1,000,000 power. And so you're looking at 1 billion power being 1,000 of those 1,000,000 segments. So 2.5 seconds for 1,000,000, well, that's 2,500 seconds to charge this thing. And that's really close to 3,000 seconds, which is what? Let's see, 6,000, that would be 100 minutes, so that would be 50 minutes. 3,000 seconds is 50 minutes. So 50 minutes with this setup on one side. Now you could set another setup on that side and cut that in half to 25 minutes. It just all depends on how much fuel you have to work with. And if you set your fuel system up as far in advance as you can, you should be good to go. Oh, there's another sneaky camel bot right in the middle of that. Did you see there? We're probably a little low on, yeah, we're a little low on these again. So I'm going to lock this hopper. And then I'm going to take all the fuel rods. All of them. Okay. And we're going to head down. First, let's charge Arthur. So many camel bots, so little time. So many camel bots. Okay, what is this thing telling me now? 191 meters, that's fine. Let's check our room. Let's check our cryo base here. Looks like... What was that sound? Looks like we have a weird anomaly in the corner. That way, it looks like it's... Is that accurate? Do I have to oh, no, that's accurate. Definitely. Okay. Arthur is charged again. Let's head down to the Toxic Caves. Grab as much fuel. I really hate when that overrides my click. Okay, empty fuel rod. We're gonna put the rest in there and put them in here, and that should be so many fuel rods. And we have another 368 to go in there. I'm pretty sure these are probably empty. Yeah. Don't quite have enough throughput on this. I really need another one of these. I could actually put 2 more in here. I could put... See, this is basically in the center of the drill. And I think it's oriented like this. I think the drills go out on either side like that. I'd have to really pay attention to the rack rails. The rack rails will tell you which way it's oriented. Because if I put 1 more on each side, that would allow me to really make sure that I don't run out. Yeah, because these are empty. Like these are... This whole system is slowly emptying out. Yeah, these 2 are now down. So that's crazy. But anyway, I got what I came down here for. So, is this thing done counting? It is done counting. So the 1024 million power is still required. So let's power this thing for a couple seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So obviously power per second should max at about 600,000. No, 800,000 actually. 800,000 power per second. Let's keep an eye on these. I'd love to see that power per second go up. 32, 31. We got 30 seconds left. Glorious. Okay, that's about as close as I want to get. And it should. Yep, every one of these is now looking good. And digistructing, calming back down to an even 400,000 power per second. Now, each one of these fuel canisters, primed fuel rods, a fully cooled system, each one of these can produce 3 million power. Okay. So 100 of these is 300 million power. And I just put 400 of these. So I've got more than enough fuel in this system already to charge the magma bore. I don't need to do more than that. So this thing is now charging. It's digistructing, which is basically just a cheap way of building this thing without a lot of animation. So yeah, this thing is huge. This drill is enormous. All right. So that 8 lights in the dark research should be done. Let's pop up to the surface. It's definitely done. And that should have unlocked. Dun, dun, dun. So many things in here. There's Cryo Inferno. Magma storage. All the scrolling. Cryo Inferno. Hey, look, we do have an ETA on the very top. ETA 40 minutes. For some reason it's going up. 41 minutes. No idea why. I think I confused it. What is this thing? Oh, Mark 1 battery crafter. Yeah, not sure I need that really at all right now. How is this doing? This looks like it's doing good. We have lots and lots of canisters here. It should be focusing on this here. As soon as this thing comes up, there it is. It's going to come up and grab some more. The first 100 are going to be pulled from here. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to keep this system backed up to right here. The Hodor system is not using the canisters really fast enough to be any major draw, but it would use them consistently enough to run into problems. So it's going to grab like 105. There's 105, 107. There it goes. So it's going to pull all those from here. This one is now coming up with another 40. So hopefully that unloads in time. Definitely in time. Because it's going to load another 100 into here. So all of those should be... Interesting that those didn't rotate. Apparently when you're away from the game, though, it doesn't rotate those objects. So that's good. The system is working well. I just don't know where those Hodors are going as far as landing on the ground. Oh, there's another eyeball. Might as well grab it. So it's not taking up memory. That was a pristine eye. I think that was a green one. Okay. All right. Now I came up here for something and I completely forgot what it was. Oh yeah, the research. We got the research already. One of the last researches we have left. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here. We don't really need it. Orbital railgun is one thing I want to do. So 64 alloyed and 64 resin. So there's 64 alloyed there. And now I want 60. Let's do 64. No, 64. There we go. I'll put those over here. I won't do the research just yet, because we have a ways to go before that's even relevant. You have to clear all 8 cryo spawners in order for you to be able to build a railgun. And that's if you can even build the railgun, which is only unlocked right now for Patreons, because it's part of the Adventures pack. Okay. Well, we've got a bit of time. Still 36 minutes for the magma bore to charge up. And yeah, we've got a lot of time before then. And yeah, so I'm gonna let it charge, and we'll come back next episode right when it's ready to dig, and we'll see how much destruction we actually do to our poor world here. All right, so I thank everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.